July 1518, the streets of Strasbourg erupt in motion. One woman begins to dance, and she never stops. Within days, dozens more join her. Sweat, exhaustion, and sheer panic grip the city as hundreds are driven to the brink of collapse and beyond. They called it the dancing plague. But what force could compel an entire town to dance themselves to death? Today, we'll uncover the bizarre, tragic story of Europe's most baffling epidemic. At the dawn of the 16th century, Strasbourg was a bustling imperial free city of roughly 20,000 souls. Nestled on the Rhine, it thrived on trade, but also suffered repeated famines and plague outbreaks. Bread was scarce, work seasonal, and superstition ran deep. In the summer of 1518, heatwaves scorched the fields, and the stench of disease lingered in crowded alleys. Chroniclers of the day record a city on edge, sermons warned of divine wrath, apothecaries sold charms against curses, citizens whispered of unseen terrors lurking in every shadow. On July 14th, a mild-mannered housewife named Frau Trophia emerged onto the cobblestones and began to dance with uncanny vigor. Passers-by paused, then watched in horror as she spun, stamped, and leaped without pause. By the next day, more dancers joined. Town officials, baffled but fearful of interrupting what they deemed a divinely inspired ritual, did something extraordinary. They hired musicians to play non-stop, hoping the dancers would tire themselves out. Over the course of 3 weeks, records suggest as many as 400 citizens, men, women, even children, were swept up in the frenzy. Hospitals overflowed, clergy held mass exorcisms in the streets. What was the cause? One theory blames ergot, a fungus that infects damp rye and produces toxic alkaloids. In small doses, it causes hallucinations and spasms, symptoms eerily akin to convulsive dancing. Contemporary psychologists point to mass hysteria. Under extreme stress, hunger, fear of plague, people subconsciously mimic each other's actions. A single dancer could trigger a domino effect. Finally, some historians argue the plague was a form of spontaneous exorcism. Medieval faith held that dance could expel demons. In their desperation, townsfolk may have embraced the dance as salvation. Eyewitness accounts speak of dancers falling in convulsions, some fatally. Estimates vary, but dozens are said to have died of stroke, heart attack, or sheer exhaustion. City records lament the loss of laborers, craftspeople, even children, leaving families destitute. On August 6, after nearly a month of chaos, Strasbourg's council forbade public dancing. Survivors were escorted to the chapel of St. Vitus, patron saint against epilepsy and dance mania, for a formal religious ceremony. At last, the madness subsided. 5 centuries later, the dancing plague remains a cautionary tale of collective psychology. In an age of social media, our modern dances are digital, viral challenges, mass panic buying, misinformation epidemics. Threats change, but human vulnerability endures. Could a digital deluge spark a new form of plague? As we scroll and share, we unwittingly propagate emotions across continents, provoking joy, fear, or outrage with the tap of a finger. If you enjoyed this deep dive into one of history's strangest epidemics, hit subscribe and ring the bell for more unbelievable true stories. Which theory about the dancing plague convinced you most? Let us know in the comments below, and tell us what mystery we should tackle next. Until next time, stay curious.